Excuse me. So I want to tell this. I want to say this on video. I've said it to a bunch of people that kind of like fuck me over, but I'm gonna say it on video. And this might be a little bit too harsh for some people. So if you get disturbed by some things, it's not that bad, but if you get disturbed by some things, you might not want to listen to this thing. So since I've been out here, and I'm not like I said, a vengeful person. And if somebody screws me over and stuff, whatever, it's a loss, whatever it is, man. I lost 2 scooters with Bobby already, so fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. Fool me 3 times, no fucking way, man. Never again. I'll never trust a kid again. Since I've been out here, I've counted about 7 people, and this is not counting the people from the center, like landlady and the lady went upstairs, and whoever else, called the police on me and was part of the whole getting me out of that center, out of that storefront. Since I've been out here, about 7 people I counted did me pretty much wrong. They screwed me over one way or the other. They ripped me off. And I trusted them. They stole things from me. They took things and then smiled at me. In other words, it's just again, this acting thing that happens out here is just incredible, man. It's just like, these people, they know what, they find out about you, what your likes are, and then they make you, you think that, they're really trustworthy or whatever. So out of those 7 people, 2 people disappeared. I haven't seen them since I've been out here again, since they did that. I don't know where they went. I don't know what happened to them, but so there's 5 people left. 2 people are in jail. I know they're in jail for pretty long time. Not just a small little sin. All of a sudden, some major happened to them. That 2 people are dead. Died, and they both OD'd. And again, these are people that did me wrong. Somehow they stole money from me. They asked me for something, and then eventually I ended up having to dish out money or dish out time and whatever. Car issue. Everything that happened to me in the last 2 years it was pretty bad that I mentioned. So it's 2 disappeared, 2 are dead. 2 are in jail for a long term, and 1 person that I kind of trusted, and I did him some favors. I drove him around a little bit, and he actually was the person responsible for denting my car, for getting my car dented, because he made me make a left turn, then rushed me into a right turn, and then somebody was turning and hit my car. He got attacked by a dog, somebody else's dog, that mauled his face and his head, and now he's been in a rehab center for months and months now, reconstructing his face and he can't, I don't even know to what extent I'll ever see him again. And so these are the things that people have done, and it was long term. It wasn't like they did them in the next day, 2 days. It was months later. Some of them were some people. 2 of the people that died, actually, that was a few 4 days, 5 days afterwards. But they consistently did a few things wrong, like Bobby here did. So I warn people: well, if you're gonna fuck with me and you're gonna fuck around with me, you're gonna fuck with me, you're gonna really once I get to the point of I'm really frustrated and pissed off. I don't seek vengeance. I don't go out and I'm not gonna go and try to sneak behind Bobby and beat him up and try to take his money and shit like they did to me. What happens though is my spirit guides, my guides, and these are from all these guys are really from Arcturus. I'm communicating with them, and they're coming through, projecting. They're not physical here, but they're projecting, and they're helping me through a lot. These spirit guides, they don't like it when I'm on a certain course. If those people were meant to do that, they were probably meant to do that to get me to some point. But once it gets to a point, if they decide to come back, and do more, because I haven't, like I said, a lot of times when I stop people from ripping me off, and then they get more pissed off at me, and then they strangle me, you know, whatever, they rob me and break my jaw. Like, what? So the thing of it is that when it gets to that point, my spirit guide says, when they have to stop, and they haven't stopped, then they go out and do something to stop them. It's kind of like the Omen thing. It's really weird, where, like, you know, all of a sudden, if you try to really fuck with me to that point, my guys really do something that, you know, I mean, it was meant to be. If it wasn't meant to be, they wouldn't. But that is at that point, that's when they interfere and say, no, you have to stop. And you know, some people just have this no, I have to fucking, I got revenge, like Bobby here, and then they fucking, and then boom, something happens that just kind of washes them away from me. You know, so I've been lucky in that regard, and I don't wish harm on anybody, honestly. Even Bobby here, I can't remember his name, because him and his girlfriend, what they've been doing now is, like, every day, you know, he's disappeared. I haven't seen him really. It's because his girlfriend, she goes, oh, you know, this guy who has the scooter, you know, he today at 5:30, he said, and tomorrow, and every day it's like another day. And so they're just like looking me on. They're trying to get me to fucking be really pissed off, so I can go over there and, like, slash up their tents, and they call the police or something, which I'm not gonna do. I'm not gonna fall into, like, another part of their plan, which is the first plan, which is get the scooter, get his confidence down, get the scooter, and then the next part of it is, like, okay, let's get him arrested and get him so he has no, you know, and then we can just, you know, scooter and we get the money. Then he went, so they're trying to get me to the point where I get so pissed off, which I'm not going to. Yeah, so sorry you lose there, because I'll lose out on the scooter, but I'm not gonna sit in cage because I put the kid in the hospital, man. Not that's not what I do. But I did warn them. And I'm warning them, if they're watching this video, I'm warning them again. My guides don't like it when you that scooter was helping me get around, and now because of it, I don't feel like doing some things that I should be doing. That gets my spirit guides pissed off, and it's because of these certain people that keep on doing the same thing to me. Because that 32-year-old young man, he's targeting a 58-year-old guy, you know, to try to do his best to first, you know, get his confidence up, you know, get it back into him, get the things that he needs. I'm not even sure if he might have been responsible for putting the hole in my tent and stealing my shit after I got arrested at ShopRite. So I don't really know, but. My guys are going, like, well, you're not supposed to know. They know, but you're not supposed to know. So that's how we. I said, all right, I'm fine. I'm fine. But the big thing is that there's going to be retribution to him, and I'm not asking them guys to go out and you know, and seek revenge or anything. But they get to the point where they have to then step in to stop them from stopping me from continuing what I was doing. So it's an unfortunate thing. For the people, but then it's because they're fucking because they want money. They're money hungry kids, and they're addicts that with money. And I don't like calling people addicts, man. And that to me is degrading. But they are the epitome of the addict, because and not just in a sense where they'll rip you off, and that's why I think he killed his mother. Honestly, man. Not to the point where. I'm not to the point where I'm actually seeking any kind of any retribution, but to the point where he needs to learn what he's done is wrong, and if he learns it in this lifetime, hopefully next lifetime he won't have to be born into something like this. You know, and then have this be done to him over and over, so he understands what it is on this side. But like again, I don't like using the word addict, but people that use heroin it's a sad thing, because again, heroin is expensive. It goes fast. You don't know how to do. You go OD, and that's full of fentanyl. All these fucking bad things are surrounding it, and they seem to be the most atypical addict, because they'll I mean, this is why I think we were friends for a little bit. When I had a car, I was driving him around. He got some money from the insurance for his mom's death and blah blah. But then all of a sudden I started realizing this kid's also using him. And when he doesn't have access to the money, he has to still make up the money that he needs to him and his girlfriend to get high. Because the weaning off is really bad, and when what do you call that, when you're coming off a dope, I forgot the name of it now, but you know what I mean. It's bad. It's physical. It's a physical dependence. So in that regard, I would put I'll never trust any humans, period, because of money, but less so a heroin user, because the heroin users are unfortunately so physically addicted to it, and they have no other way of getting around it, that something like this will happen. And both him and his girlfriend keep on lying to me about betting me that scooter back, and just to make sure that I think it's like this. They keep on telling me every day, oh, it's the next day. I said, oh, tomorrow. He said tomorrow he'll be there, and then he'll give me the scooter back. And so they keep on doing that, so that I take longer to call the police. And maybe in that time that between me actually reporting it stolen and him reporting it stolen, and then them telling me it's the next day. Between that time period, a few things happen. They could kill me. I could die. I can get arrested and get thrown into a hole like fucking another. I can get whatever. I could change my mind and say, oh, you know what? Don't worry about it. Or I could take too long, and the cops say, why don't you come? And when you I'm sure they got a whole story about me lending the thing to him, and then me selling to him for drugs or something. Some stupid like that, and I didn't. I would not. That scooter to me, oh man, I finally got the scooter back again. It was the third one that I lost already, and that scooter to me is giving me a chance to not freaking I used to do that shit a lot, but when I had the car it was easier. When I got the car now, it's not. I can't really do this thing that I was doing before. I don't have the and the bike was a little bit too much after a while, man, with the cart. And now that scooter was kind of like a perfect thing, and they took it 3 times. They took it away from me. So that is, and same thing with Laura, man. She's been a royal bitch to me since a couple of days now, and so I don't want anything to do with her either. So again, nobody I trust in this place, and so I just kind of I'm kind of waiting to see what happens with the scooter. Every day I'm just keeping doing the same thing that I'm doing, and I'm getting these messages. But the big one is what I was. The point that I was trying to make on this one is that my guides will do something to prevent you from continuing doing. So if you're planning to do something like that to me, if you think that's maybe it's even for the people that are thinking, well, maybe it's let's break his jaw, so maybe he'll stop doing the other things the things that we don't want him to do anymore, and they'll give him a chance to stupid shit like that. When people do shit like that, and it throws me off this timeline that I'm on right now, that I'm trying my best to continue, so that this is the time I'm supposed to be, that your civilization does realize what they need to do before the end, and actually starts focusing on that change. There's a timeline they tell me I'm on, and this is why I got to keep on going here, as opposed to getting pulled out of here. Anything that disrupts that timeline, they know, based on what's been said to them, what I said to them, my current source, and said to them, and so they'll do anything they have to stop that, because with them stopping them from continuing doing it, something to me then won't prevent me from getting to this, and then a whole civilization is saved as opposed to not. Now again, I'm sure some of you are like, he's crazy again. He thinks he's Superman. He's saving the civilization. No, I'm not Superman. And if you don't believe that there's starseeds that have come down here, why do you even listen to those songs from the '60s that talk about starseeds? But whatever. If you don't believe the starseeds are down here that are trying to help humanity, then okay, then we're just like atoms. We just things put together that are going through space that eventually won't even exist anymore. Whatever. But either way, that's the reason I'm still here, and that's the reason I'm still out here doing what I'm doing. And that's the reason that people that can usually fuck with me eventually stop. Thank goodness, because I've had some people that just would not stop, man. And then all of a sudden they just, they kind of disappear and stop. And then I find out, oh, what happened? Oh shit, in jail. Oh shit, what happened? I haven't seen him. Oh, he died, man. Oh shit, man. Fuck, man. Yeah, he fucked up a lot. He fucked around. He fucked over a lot of people. It's like, I know, man. Me too. It's like, oh, yeah, really, yeah. Like, I don't know what happened to the people in the center, like the landlady. I know. But based last time I was there, which was about like I think August or September of last year, I saw that the space still wasn't rented. It was over a year, almost a year that it wasn't rented. Well, I think it was in January. It was again over a year that it still wasn't rented. So. Maybe that's the retribution. That's the payback to the landlords that threw me out of the center, and the woman upstairs. I don't know. I don't know. After I left there, but the people that I've been out here in the street that I've seen, I've interacted with, and that did that to me, that happened to us. Like, I took note of it. Why? Because I've got to warn people before they, they do too much, and then something happens. I don't want to scare anybody. I don't want to, but all you have to do is don't fuck me and try to rip me off or try to bump me off the course that I'm on now. If you can help me to stay on that course, it's fine. Because if nobody helps me and nobody donates some money for me to that, until I get some money, I can't continue doing what I'm doing. Or why? Because I need this. I need the plant medicine to be able to continue the work that I'm doing. If I didn't need the plant medicine then I wouldn't use it. But since I need it, I have to use it. So then that gets me on and then everything else, the food, everything else that I need to be out here. If I can't do that, if I got to waste my whole day trying to figure out how to make money and how to get stuff and how to sell it and buy it and then whatever. Just to me, I gotta get it. If I do that, then this. The communication that is stopped, and then all of a sudden it's not. And that's when my spirit guy goes, he push me to get to the point where I have to, get enough. And it's like, it's just an excuse for his addiction. No, it's not. It's what I need to go through to get this. I don't know what else to say. I need this. I need to finish this, because if I don't finish this, then your civilization doesn't survive. That's what they told me. And it's probably just like the drugs. They're altering your brain chemistry. No, they're actually resetting my brain chemistry to the point where I can communicate with my spirit guides. And if that's again all these stories you don't believe, then I guess you're gonna have to go on. I guess But I've never lied about anything that I've said out here. Including the fact that if probably something's going to happen about it, and the rest of something's going to happen about me and his girlfriend, probably all four of them, and Laura, and just because the last 2 weeks they've been fucking with me big time, and over again. I think they tag team just to get me to a certain point where I'm a little off, and then they maybe can try to get even more from me. They're con men. They're first class criminal mind. Blinded human beings that they get you nice and comfortable, and hey, everything's look at me, I'm sorry about that, but that's nice, thank you. So I'm gonna testify. I wasn't gonna testify for the first case, and now I'm gonna find out when the court date is. I'm gonna definitely testify that he stole my scooter the first time, and this time if I can get to the police and do this, I'll do it. But I'm not very, like I said, I'm not very confident about what the police can do anyway. So may I just report it though. Right? So that's my little blurb for the day. That's what came to mind. That's what they asked me to do. I fell asleep last night again, so I'm not getting the phylacterian coming through, but I get enough of it in them to remember things like this and say things like this that I believe are going to be important to people that want to fuck me over. thinking I'm some moron that's doing all this shit because they want to sell some albums, or they want to sell. I want to become big and famous. And I'm not doing that shit, man. I'm doing this because your creator asked me to do this, and I'm doing this because if I don't do this, your civilization doesn't have a chance. It might just not be. There might be a bunch of us out here. I don't know. We don't communicate that way. I don't know what the other ones are doing, but it might be strategically. I'm doing what I'm doing, and everybody else has to do it, and that whole symmetry will eventually get a solution. Oh, well, that will save your civilization from what's happened to every civilization before you that was human or human type, and that was created to be able to overcome a certain aspect of this program that was made to make it stronger and more resilient, which the civilization at this point is still completely failing upon you. Failing. Right, so good luck. Namaste, namaste. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Hari Shambhu. Hari Shiva Shambhu. Hari Shiva Shambhu. Hari Shiva, the god of destruction and creation. Shambhu, another name for that Shiva, which I say is the earthly expression of Shiva. Hari Shambhu.